you're obviously serving now as a policeman. You before that though, this isn't your first time serving your country, so obviously you had a long time as a US Marine. So growing up, was the military something that you kind of anticipated would be in your life?
I think it was kind of on the back burner. Once again, like I have a family, a good uncle of mine that's passed away recently. He was in law enforcement, but all of my dad and then all of his brothers, which were I think four of them, were all in the military. So as a kid, I'd go into my uncle's house who was in the army, and they just had kind of this. I always called it the Wall of Fame in my aunt and uncle's house. It was all of my uncles and my grandfather and pictures in their uniform. And I was just like, I guess as a kid, I'm looking and thinking, oh, it'd be kind of cool to be a part of that wall, just a lot of memories and just what, men of the family. So come 2001, obviously when 9/11 happened, I was out of high school, graduated 2000, 9/11 happened in 2001. And I think it really kind of set a fire to me and just going, I think it's a good time to go fight for your country. And here, here's a time where, I'm not going into the military where everything's peaceful. We're going into the military when the world is at war. And of course, mom and dad were stressed out and worried, but it's something that I think as a kid, like I said, you always played soldier and thought you were going to be in the military, but it really never hit me until kind of right after high school. And then when 9/11 happened, and I chose the Marine Corps just because, and I always say this, I respect all four branches of service. Dad was in the Army, uncles were in the Air Force. And I had one uncle that was in the Marine Corps in the 70s. And he'd always tell me, like, just whatever you do, don't join the Marine Corps. But I always said, if I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it right. And so I chose to go to the United States Marine Corps. And like we spoke a moment ago, man, it really transitioned me basically from a boy to a man. It taught me how to be a man. It got me out of my hometown and made me realize like there's so much more to the world. And as my dad always told me as a kid, like you can do anything you set your mind to. I didn't really understand that, I don't think, until I went through Marine Corps boot camp. Like you can push your body past limits. And that helped me a lot in life.
I assume a lot about being a Marine is about your mentality and about reprogramming your mind as much as it is your physical body.
It is. And people say like they brainwash you. I don't call it brainwashing. I think it's just preparing you to, just like going into law enforcement. Like you have to carry yourself a certain way. In the military, there's a huge chance that you're going to go to combat and experience things that not any normal person's going to see, just like I do as a deputy here out on the streets. So it was like reprogramming yourself in a way to, but I was always good, being about like, kind of like the pro wrestling world as a pro wrestling superstar. It's still weird for me to use that word, but I guess that's what I was, Yeah. It was when I came home, I knew like, okay, I had to shut that off. Like I wasn't living that 100% every day. So, as the Marine, when I was at home, like I was me. And that's how I have to remember to, I guess, live my everyday life.